Hello everyone, how's it going? It's your host, Get Good Fox. Welcome back to State of Decay 2 Lethal Zone Beta. Our Hyper Community World Tour continues. So, today we have enough building materials to make the trade depot. And we have the correct leader, so let's go ahead and hit the button. In addition to that, these guys want building materials, my remaining ones. So what we're going to do is search for more.
Supplies. Can we ask around for a good place to ransack?
And I will go ahead and contribute to them. I'll do it.
Got people on it.
All this noise is going to attract real trouble.
Although I do want to see, what are they giving me? Lending a hand. Never mind. I will do no such thing. I will do no such thing. Let's also get some more recruits in here who probably will also want the building materials.
We've got an issue over here. Can you come help us out?
Oh, no, don't do that. We don't have a pill press. If we had a pill press, that would be awesome. Oh, the surviving soldiers want to... Everyone wants something right now, okay.
Hey, thanks.
I think we should also scout for infestations.
I need recon at my 20.
It seems like everything is happening simultaneously at the moment. Okay, what are we looking for?
We've got a lot of infestations around.
We got one.
Don't like it.
Wow. Very nice. We just have it all on hand. I guess we're gonna become FedEx delivery service again. I guess that's okay. Let's double check to make sure we have everything before we go out. I don't care about that. Building materials there. I'll tell them no. Okay, so I think... What order do I... Let's do this first. Those infestations aren't going to wait for anyone. They're going to become a problem. Overall, our base is looking really good. Our supplies are all very nice, except for, obviously, materials. But that's okay, because that is what we are actively consuming. And since it's lethal zone, the cost for construction is greatly increased. Now, on the Twitch playthrough, I'm trying alternative methods for speeding up the process of getting building materials because, you know, you want to build your base. And by the way, for those who don't know, yes, you can find Get Good Fox himself on Twitch, where I stream typically 2 hours a day, except on Friday and Saturday. And I do it at about 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes even later. Sometimes I stream 6 hours. But because, you know, 2-hour sessions are a lot longer than 30 minutes, we're able to get through those playthroughs a lot faster, and the Twitch progression is very far along. Okay, no. We successfully intercepted the jerk butts. Please get off my vehicle. And yeah, so on the Twitch progression, I am trying an alternative idea to the nerf of the trade depot. So Undead Labs, what they want you to do is get a bunch of cell towers to bring the cooldown back down on the, what do you call it, the trade depot. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that, actually. And so what I'm going to do instead is try out the Forge. Why is that? Well, the Forge has a ability to convert your parts. It can flip things back and forth. It can turn materials into parts, but it can also turn parts into materials. Now, the exchange rates are not insane. They're not like, you do have to pay a good bit, but it's better than setting up the cell towers, especially on a fresh community where you don't really have, it's not a good option. Like, if you're starting this fresh lethal zone community, you don't want to use your... Let me guess, he's inside here? I think he's inside here. Set this on fire. A little bit of fire ought to do it. And that's exactly what my... Oh, I don't have... Oh, I probably have the wrong weapon equipped. I know what it is. Here we go. That explains it. About to say, I can't use an execution? I should be able to do an execution. Uh-oh. We're out of stamina. Oh, I got allies here. Let me drag them over there. But yeah, you're starting a brand new Lethal Zone community. You don't have the money to just throw on a whole bunch of cellular towers, and you don't have the money to, or you need those outposts to work on your food. Because remember, everybody eats more food on Lethal Zone. So instead, why don't we just take all the guns we find, scrap them into parts, and then we can just turn our parts into materials. Now you might think, well, couldn't we sell the parts, right? And then buy materials? Not necessarily. Because remember, buying materials is heavily based on whether or not, or not heavily, it is entirely based on whether or not people are selling the materials, and you can absolutely be in a situation where nobody is selling the materials, right? And also, you can do both. You can buy them, you might be able to do both. In fact, I've been able to do both. I've been able to buy them all, and I've been able to sell, basically use both, all the methods. And you still use the trade depot. I actually use the forge and the trade depot simultaneously, and I'm able to earn enough money that I'm able to use all of them at once. And what that would tell you is that we just wouldn't be able to use, we wouldn't be able to just buy the materials. Because there's not enough of them to buy. And so basically the forge gives you an option. Yes, it's not as efficient.
Sticking around here too long would not be smart.
But it gives you a guaranteed way to obtain materials. And I would say so far I've generated about 50 materials through the forge. And yes, that's a lot of parts, and that's thousands of influence. But there was no way to spend that influence on more materials because of the massive cooldowns. Here we go.
Mi casa, su casa, or whatever.
And over here we can just agree to find a generator. It's in my trunk. There we go.
This already.
And of course, I guess one of the zombies scream, because now we've got a bajillion zombies who want to, like, do things. Now you might be wondering, well, if you're spending thousands of influence worth of parts, couldn't you just build several thousand influence worth of cell towers? The answer is no, because our community eats a humongous amount of food. And I need those slots to stop us from eating food. And while it's true that I could upgrade those slots to compact them down, that would require a humongous amount of food, or a humongous amount of influence as well.
You're all right in my book. You're welcome. See you soon.
So we got a combat resupply. I don't like that ability.
Hey, you're not dead.
So let me double check to see what they're selling. They're selling ammo. Oh, they're selling a repair kit. Never mind.
Hey,
I don't really want that. So I'm probably just going to knock these guys down. Where are the others? Oh. Okay, Brian and Shorty. So Brian, Shorty, and who's the third one?
Hey, buddy.
Prater.
I almost missed
Okay, you know engineering. That means you're the least valuable.
Hey, you're not dead.
You don't know anything, but all your stats look reasonable. Really don't care about their training levels, because I can just train them myself. 150 health. How interesting. That means you have some kind of a trait that's making you better. So let's go ahead and take her.
But just you.
We'll find out what she has now. Shorty. High pain threshold. Actually, she has pretty good stats overall. She is a warlord. I don't know if we needed that. Let's go ahead and tell these guys no, though. They're the next ones on the list. Oh, remove that marker. But what I'll probably try in another playthrough, so, you know, we're trying the forge method. Another method I'll try is just saving up a ton of influence and just upgrading our food outposts and then installing more, what do you call it, cell towers. Because like both of them are definitely an investment. I would say the cell towers are more of a long-term investment, whereas the parts are a little more instant, mainly because, like, you know, you'll just find weapons to scrap over time, and both of them have kind of different pathways to optimizing, because, like, you can get, like, a salvage furnace, and that's going to help you generate more parts, but then you could also argue that you could sell the parts for influence, so it's, like, it's interesting. It's kind of unclear which direction I think is better, mainly because it would cost 800 influence to upgrade a food outpost to level 2, and then, like, another, like, 2,000 to upgrade it to level 3, and you could hit the forge several times by time you'd get that level 3 one up. Let me see if I can buy real quick.
What's up, kid?
Oh, good, I can recruit, oh, and I can buy.
Partner.
Okay.
I'll take the fuel.
And that's heavy.
Let me just recruit them. Shopping. Shopping lets you loot quicker, so I don't think that's super important.
Good to see you again.
Medicine. I don't know what hers are.
Later.
Let me see what our current skills are. Surgery, nothing. Pharma, pathology, so we've got both of the medicines. So we don't need medicine. We need a computer person, but we could teach somebody that.
Later.
So we don't need you. We don't need shopping. Let's go with the wild card girl. So Jewel, we don't know. I don't know what she has. So we're just gonna recruit
Better
her,
with us than being stuck here.
and we'll just see what we get.
That way. Hey, careful out there.
The Tapsters. Oh, they got the booze delivery. So they're our food
Let's
trader.
not help the people who can save our asses later. Great plan.
Let's see what Jewel's stats are. Jewel's kind of a cool nickname. Oh my god, she's immortal. She has mechanics. Mechanics is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, having another auto mechanic, but she's got a gun dealer, and she's got immortal, 45 more health, and a reduction to injury severity. A very strong stat. And the fact that she is a mechanic, I mean, I could just put her into the legacy bank. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Maybe I should get started on that.
I think what I want to do now, though, is let's go over here, and let's drop off some of this crap. And then I think what we will do... Actually, I think I saw that there's still some plague arts over here. So what we're going to do is clean up those plague arts. That's 2 characters with really good stats in a row. Honestly, pretty good. Also, can we get any more cell towers? Cell towers. Oh, there's one we can get right there. How many can I make? Let's go get this cell tower right here. So by capturing the cell towers, we are able to reduce our cooldowns by 20% each. A really good idea would be to get a red talon hacker because, well, you always need a red. The red talon hacker is always valuable because outposts have always been good. But the outpost upgrade has made it even better. But the Red Talon Hacker's hero bonus will be the satellite radios. And satellite radios gives you another 20% cooldown reduction. And if we think about it from that perspective, the Red Talon Hacker, in a sense, gives you 2 outposts. Because you get 1 extra outpost literally from the hacking ability. But then her hero bonus is equal to another outpost as long as that outpost is specifically a cell tower. And I think it is reasonable to consider that essentially +2 outposts because cell towers are quite good. It can just be kind of hard to fit them in. You can also get radio cooldowns as an enclave bonus. That's another really big deal because you can get what's it called? Relay services. Relay services is another really good one. But it's actually stronger. It gives you a 30% cooldown reduction. Where is it? How do I get to that one? Is this one like up in the middle of nowhere or something? How do I get to it? Is there like a pathway up here?
Get your ass here now.
Okay, looks like I could just drive right up here. Yeah, I don't remember Cascade Hills that well, to be completely honest.
pretty empty to me.
Okay, let's squish these zombies. The old squisher. That's the manual squisheroni. We've got the auto squisheroni and then the manual squisheroni.
Close done.
Okay, let's throw all this in. Let's check our cargo space, because I'm pretty sure we're doing some shenanigans. That's fine. Let's just put all... How's fuel looking? Fuel's looking fine. What now? Fuel, we're about to use it. Let me just throw one in there in anticipation of us using one. Okay, so we have 2 cell towers. So as you can see right here, oh, do they give you more scouting as well? Oh yeah, so I guess cell towers have a higher scouting range, 500 scouting. That's fine, I guess. I mean, I don't think it's like that big of a deal, but you know, I'm not gonna turn it down. And so now we have 20% and 20%. So now our cooldowns are 40% faster. In order to get another one, we will either have to close some of these down or upgrade. Oh, there he is. I could have swore I heard him. No, you don't. I saw it. He was getting ready to scream. I didn't let him. Oh, a real screamer. Local disturb. What is happening? This episode is like all of the things are. You know, it's fine. It's right next door. Okay, so unfortunately, we're still building the trade depot, so we're not even able to really use it yet.
That project is finished.
Oh,
What's
speak of the devil. Let's get it immediately on cooldown. So, we're down to 81 minutes, down from 120, so we've shaved basically 40 minutes off of it.
Wanting to make a trade.
Here I am, as promised.
Great.
So I'm guessing these guys are having a siege or something.
You better use them.
I've got some premium building materials, and I'm willing to barter.
Run or fight. Run or fight.
So 80%, so even with 2 cell towers, we are still basically double the cooldown that because originally it was 45 minutes. So even with 2 cell towers, we are still double the original cooldown. So that's another reason there why, you know, like, why would you want to use the forge? Well, as you can see, like, you know, it still takes a ton of time. Like, we need a lot of cell towers to actually knock it down to a reasonable speed. I kind of want to loot this while I'm here. Maybe I can sell it to them when I'm done. Not the most eventful siege. I'm not unhappy to see this, though. I believe these guys might become instantaneous allies, and we're going to get at least 1 rucksack. Some of these can pay out a lot of rucksacks. I mean, like, right now we're kind of okay on rucksacks, but... I will definitely do a playthrough where I experiment, you know, because like I'm already doing it on Twitch. Like I said, on Twitch, you'll get to see things faster, but I will still do some of the stuff I do on Twitch. I'll do YouTube playthroughs of it as well. The squish. Good. I was expecting some freaks, but... Speak of the devil. Or is it? It could just be a natural spawn and not actually a part of the attack. Yeah, that might have just been a natural spawn. Not that that's a problem, though. We are trying to level up this character back up to hero status.
Keep the celebration short. We got work to do.
Oh, right behind me. Got a crawling one.
Safer. Literally.
Alright, let's see if they stay or not. No, never mind.
Dwayne here with a question for all my listeners. Congress, more useless alive, or as the undead?
Okay, let's sell some things.
Awesome.
I do want another repair kit, so I'm gonna take that. I don't need the ammo. So let's just throw this in the back. And now we will see whether or not they stay. Let me grab this as well. If they stay, great. They should become an ally immediately. Ammo. Give me a weapon. We don't need ammo. Yeah, we're fine on that. Give me a weapon.
Sure, all yours.
Nope, they chose not to stay. Championship bat. Not as, I mean, it's like an okay weapon. I just like to collect them because I do collect exotic weapons. And I wouldn't consider championship especially exotic, but it's, you know, more uncommon than not. Normally you would get that from the mission where you're like, my granddad's championship baseball bat is here, and then I like keep it for myself, and for some reason they get upset about it, and then I have no choice but to defend myself from like being accosted by a bunch of jerk butts. Always happens that way too. Like some people are just super rude, I guess. Okay, let's dump all this in. I would like to loot Plague Arts in a single stroke, so what I'm going to do is just dump that in there. I might as well heal while I'm here. Let's just use a bandage real fast. I don't see the harm in that. We got plenty of them laying around. Okie dokes. So someone asked for a random lethal zone tip for a brand new player. My first tip would be, are you even ready for lethal zone? You know, if you haven't proven yourself at least once on Nightmare Zone, then I mean, it's not like it's good. It's not going to go too well. I don't recommend. Some people are trying to get into lethal zone as their first, you know, experience, and I also don't recommend that. You know, some people just want to jump. I cannot believe I got stuck. I mean, I can believe I got stuck. I can't believe I'm rotating around. Now, you know what? I give up. I'm just gonna hit stuck. I'm just gonna hit stuck. I definitely do not recommend, really anybody do, and he's gonna pull me out. Okay, you know what? Everyone has to die. I'm getting a little aggravated with these zombies. Everyone just has to die. Not some people, everyone. Now I'm gonna repair. I don't know why I'm getting stuck on the ground so much. It's probably because I'm not in Mohr Valley. Like, Mohr Valley is like the only... Why can't I? Oh, the championship bat. It equipped it. Like, Mohr Valley is like the only good map because I don't get stuck on it. And when I do, it's purely because... It's not because I just, like, got on a hill or something, or, like, a little bump in the road. It's because, like, I drove off of, like... Drove into the river or something from, like, a bad angle. But this is just... It's just too much. Okay. Let's go get this Plague Art over here. How many are left? We got 2. Let's grab these 2 Plague Arts, then we can go trade.
Smell them hanging around.
And there's a bunch of zombies in here too. Of course there are. The Plague Art is already dead. You're too late to the fight.
Watch it, Juggernaut!
Well, better than a feral, actually. Juggernaut can't fit his way in here.
This will slow me down.
And I guess we will equip this. And then we can go... We'll go to this one instead. But anyways, yeah, so back to my tip. So my tip would be, make sure you're even ready to go to Lethal Zone, and do not make Lethal Zone your first experience. The amount of people who succeed their first time on Lethal Zone are so incredibly small compared to the amount of people who play Lethal Zone as their first experience and then get owned and then hate the game because they ruined it for themselves. So I don't recommend it. And anyone who, like, enthusiastically talks about it, I always tell them, like, it's not a good idea. Oh, wow, we didn't do it in time. Wow. I thought I had more time than that. That stinks. Oh, well. It's not that big a deal. It was just one. Who are these guys? Oh, that's the Trumbull Trader. I see. Okay, let's get... No, let's refuel. But I guess that tip doesn't really help you on the lethal zone. So yeah, my tip to the new player would be do not start on lethal zone. It's a really bad idea. And it's kind of like the people who do succeed, it's like winning the lottery. Just because one person won the lottery doesn't mean that you should also start playing lottery, because, you know, like, the odds are so severely stacked against you, and that's exactly how lethal zone is. Just because you might say, oh, I beat lethal zone on my first try, whoop, whoop, whoopity, whoop, whoop. It's, and I did it without trying the game. I didn't even know how to play the game. That does not mean lethal zone is easy. And, you very well could just spoil the entire experience of the game for yourself if you jump into lethal zone and have a bad experience. So what is my first tip for a brand new lethal zone player who is ready for lethal zone or is in the process of learning how to play lethal zone? The answer there would be
It's locked. Figures.
you need to basically throw everything you've got at the game. I need to unequip this baseball bat. Look at all these contacts on my screen. Oh man, let me tell you something. If there was one thing I could remove from Lethal Zone, it is regular screaming zombies. That is something, I would do that so fast. Regular screaming zombies are like the worst thing in Lethal Zone.
Running out of fuel.
I would be completely fine with pop-in bloaters. I will live with pop-in bloaters. If I did not have to deal with regular screaming zombies, I would be more than happy to just live with pop-in bloaters. It is like the worst mechanic. And the reason it's the worst mechanic is because, one, it's just a very griefy mechanic. Like, you know, it's not like those zombies are going to stop me. They're not going to defeat me. You know, they're not going to jeopardize anything. Like, I'm going to kill them, but, oh man, does it make you waste a lot of time doing it. And there's so little counterplay to screaming zombies. Screaming zombies, the moment they see you, they can just choose to scream. And you can get into these situations where, like, 5 of them attack, one of them screams, another 5 arrive, one of them screams, another 5 attack, one of them screams. What I would prefer is something more like The Last Stand Union City, where you have these designated panic attacks where, boom, like, send 50 zombies as one huge attack. That's perfectly fine. It could be like a massive wave of 50 zombies, but once you've killed all the 50 zombies, the game chills out for a little bit, and you're like, okay, now I've defeated the zombies, now I can do the part that I want, and then you can have both. You can have the sense of the endless ranks of the undead, you can have the sense of the enemies attacking relentlessly, you can have the difficulty, but then you also aren't, like, griefing the players with, like, a really annoying mechanic. But yes, my first tip for the Lethal Zone, because I keep getting sidetracked, is that you need to earn money. Money is super important, and money is super important because that's how you get a pyro launcher, a crafting station, and an impaler. And those 3 things, they reduce the difficulty of Lethal Zone drastically. They make the game so much more manageable. That though they are the first priorities you should do. You should always be going for a what's happening? You should always be working your way towards a pyro launcher. The first thing you should get is the impaler. The impaler is because you need a vehicle. And the impaler is obviously like an absolutely fantastic vehicle. Let's throw that one in. We'll make some fuel and then we'll throw the other way. No, we've got the massive fuel storage, so I don't even need to do that. Okay, let's go buy and sell. But yes, like, that's what you want to do. You want the impaler. The impaler is super, super strong. The next thing you would want is the pyro launcher and then the crafting station.
Game of how low can my standards go before I die.
And let's just start selling some stuff. Do those things, and you're going to make the game a whole lot easier.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There we go. Now, some people will object to that. They'll say that, oh, that makes the game too easy. Good. That's exactly what you want to do. You're trying to basically use strategies that counteract the enemy's strategies, and nothing counteracts the enemy's strategies like Fox's strategies. And that is exactly why I would highly recommend doing it. Let's sell the grenade. Grenades actually are pretty valuable.
Let's get down to business.
Sell. Ooh, look at that, 170. You gotta love the power tools, right? Okay, now we can start buying. Only selling 2, unfortunately. That's not the most exciting. But 2 is better than nothing. Unfortunately, we did not play the scavenge for building materials very effectively. But at the same time, I guess I just lost track of time. I thought I still had some time left. I don't think I want any of that. One thing I wish you could do in this game, I wish you could just tell people, hey, you know, I'm never doing this quest, and if you do not, I could just exile them. That's something I should do. Like, there are people, I'm so sick of their quests appearing, I might just kick them out of the group, because I just can't stand seeing those quests. Oh, man. I'm so sick of, like, T-Dog's medical stash, or, oh, my aunt was a prepper. Oh, man. But, otherwise, today was a very productive day. We're back up to 23 materials. We would have been up to, what, 28, and that would have been enough to upgrade another thing. Oh, no, we weren't using the training videos. Oh, man. It's like we did great in some ways, and we did poorly. And oh, this is only 15? Let's upgrade the still. Great. Okay, so we're still doing stuff. We do need to get that upgraded. We need to get that upgraded. It'd be great if we could upgrade that. We need to get someone who has knowledge of computers, though. Let me see. Does anyone have computers? Or do we have a computer book? We don't. But what we do have is a cell tower, which will teach computers. Very nice. So that's exactly what we can do. Anyways. That's going to be the end of today's episode. Things are definitely coming along. We're about halfway to leveling Ashandra up back to our hero status, and the base is coming along. Once we max out the base, we'll kick out the plague guards at the container fort and move in. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.